Bill Alverson and Brandis Bradley starring A Sorority Mom's Guide to Rush on Lifetime. Thank you both so much for your time today.
Absolutely. Glad to do it.
Bill, I'm gonna go ahead and start with you. I'm not trying to rush. I'm not part of this, but the anxiety and the stress that I'm feeling about not getting in, I mean, it's real.
It totally is real. But, it's kind of like going on a date. Are they going to pick up the tab and call you tomorrow? I mean, life is all about anxiety situations. Do you
Yeah.
get the job? I mean, what are we doing? This is the big first step of leaving the comfort of your hometown, your clubs at school, everybody that's known you, and you're like getting into the new world. Yeah, there's anxiety, but there's thrill, there's fun, there's tears, there's happy. We grow through it, and hopefully it's going to be truly a guide for other people to follow.
Yeah, I mean, just following all the emotions and on Rush Talk and, Brandis, all the stuff that you've done on social media. I mean, did you expect it to blow up in this kind of way? And, obviously the trajectory of, when you first started on social media to like where it's taking you now.
Lord, honey, not at all. I'm a lawyer by trade, but I
Yeah.
haven't taken a case in 3 years, and it's basically because Bama Rush took over my life on TikTok. So here I am.
Bill, let's talk a little bit about, you've worked with established pageants, and you're working as a Rush coach and, almost like a career coach. I mean, you're looking at every aspect of their lives. I mean, tell a little bit about the work that you do with these individuals.
A lot of it is I equate back to preparing a client for trial. And I know Brandis can relate to this as well. When I have a witness that has to testify in front of a judge or a jury, they've got to be appealable to them, but yet still sell their story and be real and believable for that limited purpose of what they're there. So we kind of take that mindset and the development of these young ladies. Many people literally they'll say, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I want to major in. I don't know what, it's always been told to them. They now in school, kids are like told what to memorize, learn the answer. Nobody's really doing a lot of deductive logical thinking. So we start that process of, wow, what does this say about you when you say this? Where are we going with this? Or how can we make you better? And I love the whole thing. And this is a Brandis thing that I kind of do in the mindset. I don't care if you're 6'3" or 5'1". I don't care if you're a size 2 or 22. What I care is, do you love yourself? Do you know yourself? Do you present yourself in confidence? And if you follow Brandis, she shows everybody and everything. And it's that's the positivity that we build up on finding. But girls are unsure. They think they have to have all these things, and then they forget to think about themselves. And that's what we get into.
Yeah, I mean, I want to ask, both of you this question too. Just when you talked about self-esteem and knowing yourself, and there's so much that goes into it, and obviously a select few are going to be able to make it in, but some of these lasting things on how you treat yourself, how others treat you, they last a lifetime. I mean, I have friends that 20s, 30s, 40s still remember these key moments. So I mean, I think having that base of knowing yourself makes you stronger, in this whole process.
Absolutely. And people like to trivialize Greek life or the recruitment process, but this process is shaping these young women into the grown women they'll become later on. And you learn so many important life lessons. One of the most important life lessons you have to, everybody eventually has to figure out how to deal with this, and it's rejection. And there's going to be rejection. I don't care how pretty, how skinny, how rich, how popular you are. You're going to get cut by a house. Nobody goes through Rush without getting cut by multiple houses. Like, you have to learn how to deal with rejection. And I actually think that it's really helping these girls get a head start in their emotional development, because they have to figure out how to deal with rejection without letting it crush them.
That's true. I think I'm sitting here the whole time going, we're dealing with, particularly Brandis and I now dealing with these people. They've grown up in the participation trophy world. Mm-hmm. And screw that. That's not life. That's the worst thing you can do for anybody, because it's always about everybody clapping for you. You're all wonderful. And then you realize that maybe I'm not all that, and people don't recover from it. So we prepare people to get for that. People that do Greek life are people that like to do clubs and activities. They typically do that. Those are people that typically do well in employment and jobs and social circles, whatever you're doing. Now, if you want to be a hermit, great. This may not be your thing. But if you want to engage and participate and meet new people and expand, this is a wonderful way to start. You just need to know how to do it.
I think that's an important point too, is it ain't for everybody, and that's okay. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The final thing I want to go ahead and ask you is about the dads. I've seen some of the comments. Obviously a lot of money goes into this. Vacations are at stake, maybe other, financial planning that you have, but the dads in the process as you're filming, what's that like to kind of see them, where it's, either the daughter really wants this or the mom wants this. Bill, I already see your hands already.
Oh yeah, I love a tight ass dad, because I'll look at him and go, how much does your golf clubs cost? How much is the country club membership? Oh, your son just went to baseball camp. Shut up, sit down. We invest in our girls just like we do our boys, and this is just a different
Amen.
route. Just because, Daddy, you don't understand it, that's
Yeah.
on you. And we get a real come to Jesus sometimes about, this is how it is. This is where the rubber meets the road, and you need to take care of your daughter and step up and be part of the process. Now, there's some balance there, because mamas do go a little bit crazy with that credit card.
But that's the part of the fun.
Bill hold court in these living rooms. Like, that's the best part of the show, is Bill holding court in these living rooms with these mommies and daddies.
Well, we cannot wait to finish watching. August 11th is when the show's going to premiere on Lifetime, A Sorority Mom's Guide to Rush. Bill, Brandis, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.